hairy dicks. Don't do that to me. Stick it up your cock. Here we go. You can't put me on the spot like that. I've got Tourette's, mate. we're having technical difficulties. There we go.
There we go. Now it's worked. That was fucking weird. It was working in Zoom, but it wasn't. What? Okay,
you're winning now, Vic. Don't say nothing else or it will break.
Okay, hold on a minute. Now I'm hearing you through the mic. Give me a minute.
Oh, shit. You're hearing me through the mic? I thought mic was input only.
Right, that's fixed it. That's fixed it.
That's a nightmare. You really have done something wrong, mate, if you're hearing me coming out your mic.
This is what happens when you don't broadcast for more than a month, folks. Welcome to episode 321 of the UK Vape Show. You could probably notice that Adam and Aidan is not here. Adam is currently suffering from the COVID. In fact, apparently his whole house has got the COVID and they're not feeling very well. Aidan is currently off being Harry Potter.
Yeah. And he's loving it.
He's loving every fucking minute of it. So...
I imagine he is. He's there. Aidan might be popping in later if he's back in time.
Yeah,
hopefully.
If he's back in time.
But yeah, he'll be all up in Hagrid. I'd imagine.
So you've got us two right now, folks. You could probably notice as well, down, wrong side, Vic. It's down there. We've got a new logo for the people that haven't been keeping up on the UK Vape Show Facebook group. Number one, why are you not a member of the UK Vape Show Facebook group? And number two, naughty. Proper Coils is no longer one of the sponsors of the show. He's decided to go in a different direction. So I think he's actually in chat. There he is. He's in chat. Chico. So we've now got JTB Coils as the coil sponsor. And he's in chat. Chico, how you doing, Cecil?
Really nice guy as well.
Really nice coils as well. I've been fucking using the crap out of the damn coils up at the studio, testing out Mike Vapes. Because apparently Mike Vapes went on a fucking rampage and started releasing fucking rebuildables after rebuildables.
I've seen that.
I've got two of them up at the studio. Two of them up at the studio, and I've been dropping Chico's coils in there, and they're rather nice. They are rather nice.
Isn't it Blaze RDA's just released, or he's planning on releasing?
It's the, well, he's got this out. It's the Eclipse Dual.
Is he on about releasing a Blaze RDA as well?
It's the Blaze Solo that came out.
That's it.
That's the one I've got in the studio, but he's got this out and then the Blaze Solo came out at the same time, and I'm like, well, someone's been busy designing stuff. Wish I had designed stuff like that. We'd be able to go to the fucking expo.
Yeah. It is a sad state of affairs, the cost of living at this present moment in time.
Fucking very sad state of affairs. I've been seeing a few people asking. I will probably not be going to the October Expo, folks, because number one, health is still a bit dodgy. I'm getting better though, but number two, and more importantly, I'm fucking skint.
Well,
that's what it comes down to.
I think everyone's in the same boat though, mate. I think we might have the same with a lot of people that would normally go again. You know, like it was in May.
Yeah.
There was a lot of faces missed that weren't there. You know, whether it was financial reasons or whether it was, you know, there was a lot of people that couldn't go due to the mental health. There was a lot of reasons why people didn't go, and I think it's going to be the same kind of scenario again. I mean, at the end of the day, it's in October, and the prices of gas and electric are going up again. I think it's October the 1st.
October the 1st, the cap's being raised.
Yeah, it's getting fucking beyond a joke.
Absolute fucking nightmare. But, I mean, unless a company says, hey Vic, we'll pay for your hotel and shit, I'll be like, and then I'll go. But right now, fucking highly doubt it. Highly fucking doubt it. And it's not just us two that are saying that. There's a lot of other people on the
I mean, it's different for me with you as well. It costs me less to get there than it will do you.
Yeah.
You're like way further up north than me.
Yeah.
You know, you're Scotland. I'm northeast England. It's kind of a case of if I do go, and I'm not saying I'm not 100% not going to go. If I do go, it'll probably be for a day. You know, I'm not sure which day it'll be. I'm not 100% certain yet. It'll depend on work close at the time, things like that. But yeah, I think I might get down there on for one day. So we'll see what happens, mate. But like I say, it's totally different for you again. You know, it's going to cost more. You've got further to travel.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, time wise as well, traveling time.
4 hours. You know,
you can't just go down there for a day.
Nah, it's got to be for at least 2 days. At least 2 days. I mean, going down there for a day, just like going down there. If I was going to go down on Saturday, get the 6 o'clock train in the morning from Glasgow Central to Birmingham International, arrive at International at round about 9:30 to 10, go straight into the expo, and then leave. No, you can't do it. Can't fucking do it. Nope.
2 seconds. I'm just going to quickly jump on Rossi Raw. Which box was it that you won? Did you win one of Vic's boxes or a charity box, or what was it you won? I'll need to know that before I can tell you. The vast majority of the stuff has been sent already. But there is a few little bits and bobs that still need to be sent out. As you can imagine, there was a shit ton of auction items, and I mean crazy amounts. It cost me, I think it was £151 at the post office, right, to send it all out, because I just sent it all out on me, and I'm just contacting people as and when I get a chance to get the postage money.
I bet the post office worker behind the counter loved you that day. Here you go, 30 packages.
He actually said to me in the end, right, he turned around and said, yeah, so Vic's boxes, obviously, as you all well know, Vic hasn't been very well. So Vic is going to send his out, did he say back in next week?
That'll be either Monday or Tuesday next week.
So next week, Vic is going to be sending his boxes out. You know, like I say, everyone will get the stuff. Don't worry about it. There's no need for worrying about it. Everyone will get the stuff. It is due. Obviously, Vic's not been very well, not being in the office and stuff like that, so he's going to be sending it out.
I've been in the studio for about 3.5 weeks. Went back.
There was just crazy amounts of stuff. Like the amount of support we had from companies, from reviewers, that have obviously kindly donated their own stuff, like yourself. Aidan did a box. The stuff that we had to auction off was way more than what we ever thought we would get.
Yeah, you had to do a spillover show as well to get rid of the rest of it.
Yeah, we did. We had to do a full auction spin-over show, which I think lasted, was it about 6 hours or 5 hours?
I watched some of it.
We did a full auction spillover show, and obviously we also did the 2 12-hour lives. And as you will have noticed, anyone that watched it, which again, I do want to say a massive thank you to everyone that came over and watched it. Obviously, I know there's some people that come in this chat and watch on here, but don't always watch the Misfits. And stuff like that. Anyone that came over and watched and donated and bid on stuff, a massive thank you. We did 2 12 hours, so it's 24 hours, so it's about 30 hours worth of auctions.
Yeah.
And then we had to do another show to finish the challenges off, where I ate fish eyes, which was fucking phenomenal. Yeah.
I haven't eaten fish. I
do want to quickly say a massive, if we can get some hearts in chat for Lynn, because Lynn has broke her wrist.
That's gonna fucking hurt.
It's stinging her a bit. It's not tickling, to be honest. Yeah, 5.5 hours, Bunny said. But yeah, the generosity and everything like that of the people in this community is phenomenal. I mean, the final total. I don't know if anyone watched the last one. The final total was 14,240 pound we raised. So that's was it just under $5,000 per charity? There was 3 charities.
Yep. That was a good total.
Oh dear me, couldn't believe it, mate. I genuinely couldn't. Some of the bidding wars that were going on in chat. Some of the bidding wars. I mean, there was obviously your bidding war for the for the Overkill mod.
Yeah, I wanted that mod.
Yeah, there was a guy called CM who was always in our chat. He had a bidding war with someone called Zero Cool, and they kind of spent crazy money on 10 bottles of Shy Tots. It was like 650 quid on 10 bottles of Shy Tots. It was crazy, mate. Honestly, crazy. Honest. What a good few nights we had. Obviously, as you have all noticed, the Misfits is on a break. we're having a chill for a bit because it was a hard slog, if I'm brutally honest.
No, it's not. It's not a bomb, William. I did have the choice from the guys from the mod maker himself to either have it dual parallel or dual series. I don't vape on series mix. I went dual parallel to make it safe. I know, but what's
wrong with you, man?
Dual parallel I went for. That way it's not as much of a bomb. And I'll still
sell a 4 battery power series, mate.
Fuck no. I'll still use it for 2 days, get scared of it and put it in the shelf. I know for a fact that's what's going to happen. It'll be like, oh, here we go. Oh, no, shelf.
Yeah. I bet you rig something up in your studio. I bet you rig something up so you can press the button from miles away.
Yeah, press it from 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Nope.
Aiden will be able to help you later on because he'll be able to send you one of his wands.
That's right.
Yeah, you can just fucking Wingardium Leviosa the shit out of it, and then you won't have to go anywhere near it. Oh, that makes things float. What someone will tell us in chat. What's the thing to press a button on a mod? What is Harry Potter's spell to press a button on a mod?
All you Harry Potter fans out there, you must know it. It was the same with that fucking Hammer of God thing. Everyone, what was it, the Hammer of God XL Classic that I got my hands on for review, and everyone was saying, that's a fucking awesome mod, Vic. I'll take your fucking word for it. It's on the shelf, gathering dust. I used it for about 3 fucking days. Fuck that, shelf.
Is that one?
Yeah, it's that one. There we go. Except mine's is in black.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, shelf.
God, like I say, I love... Do you know what it is? I say it all the time. I love a decent mech, nice warm build, and I say it all the time that I love them and I love me mechs, but I'm fucking never off this in a minute.
You're never off that.
Do you know what I mean?
Never off it. Well, it's not just that. Regulate. Hold on. Vic, can you read what it says in your shirt? I need the thrill of efficiency. It's from Stranger Planet, the little cartoonist guy on Facebook. But, I mean, mechs are fun and all, but let's face it, regulated devices are a lot more easier to handle. That's what it basically comes down to. They're just easier to handle. And you're not scared every time you hit
once you know how to build on them and stuff, yeah. Once you know how to build on them and you know how to safely build on them, then, yeah, they're a lot easier to use. They are.
Talking of crazy mechs, I saw... Martin Saunders, in fact it was Jay Hayes. It was in one of Jay Hayes' older videos when they still had expos over there. Some guy pulled out I think it was a 12 18650 stacked mech that Jay Hayes tried to take a hit on. The fucking thing looked like a broomstick. It was like fucking this fucking long. And I'm like, no, you're just asking for trouble. Fucking asking for trouble if you make something like that, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. There was you can guarantee at Expo all the time there was something running about like that. There must be something with a crazy ass mod. I remember the first Expo I went to, there was a guy walking around with something like 24 batteries in a 3D printed box mod.
I seen that.
I mean, obviously it'll have been parallel, you know what I mean? You're not gonna you can imagine the coil. But you know, it's just mad shit. If that fucker goes up in your hand, right? If that fucking goes up, you're fucked. Like,
wouldn't be anywhere fucking near something like that. Nope. Fuck that. No.
Yeah, Faxi, thank you very much. Got a beer on you. That'll do me. Yeah, Faxi sent his postage over and then sent extra postage and told me to get a beer on it.
Aww.
Yeah, he's a good dude, Faxi.
But yeah, everybody waiting for a Vic, because I know there was a couple of people that said it. Everyone waiting for one of the VWV boxes. They'll be posted out Monday, or in fact Monday and Tuesday, because I don't know how long this fucking postal strike's going on for, so I'm going to be using UPS anyway, but they'll be posted out Monday and Tuesday. If you're in the UK, they'll arrive there by the end of next week. If you're outside the UK, like Rossi is, I mean, Express UPS, it'll probably get there maybe Friday or Saturday next week if I post it Monday, but they'll be posted out next week.
Yeah.
Got them all up at the studio, all neatly laid out. I even got your name tags under them to make sure I don't get them fucking mixed up this time. Because I've got.
Oh, did you get them mixed up last time? Did you?
Yeah, I fucking had one in the box and I went, hold on a minute, I've just fucking wrapped that box up and I've just remembered that dripper didn't go to that particular person. I fucked that up.
Mate, honestly, the struggle is real, right? I had just over 30 parcels, I think it was, to pack, right? And I'm sat there with this list of auction wins, right? And me and Lisa, my missus, did it in one night. Like, got them all boxed up and ready to go, so I could take them. Yeah. Got them all boxed up and ready to go, so I could take them down the next morning. I was actually on the phone. Lynn will tell you. I was on the on Facebook call to Lynn when I was doing it. I think it was. I was on Zoom. I can't remember. And there was times where you sat there. And because we're trying to do it dead quick as well, I'm giving Lisa the address and what needs to go in the box. She's putting the stuff in the box, passing it back to me. I'm taping it up, putting it in the corner, ready to go. Lisa's labeling them up and then putting them in the corner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like a well-oiled machine, right? And then all of a sudden you'd get Lisa turn around and said, "Who was this one going to?" And I'm like,
That's happened to me a couple of times.
So we're having to open the box, have a look in it to see what's in it, make sure the stuff in it's right. Oh, it was all good fun.
Yeah,
it was all good fun. Yeah, Lynn's just sit there. It was really funny. Did anyone get back to us about the Harry Potter spell to start a mech? Because I am actually curious, because I'm into Harry Potter and that, but I'm not into it where I know spells for different things, because I think all the spells that's on the films, there's other spells that's in the books. So I'm curious to know which one it is. I'm
curious as well, just in case.
Just so that next time I see Aiden on a mech, if I ever see Aiden on a mech, I could chuck that in chat. Yeah, I had a full-on assembly line going. It was crazy shit. But it was nice to get them out of the way as well, because as you can see, I'm all clear in the back.
All cleaned out in the background.
Like I say, it was piled high. I've still got the blender there off my smoothies. It has been cleaned.
So
stick it in your dick.
How long did the smell hang around for? That's the question.
Oh mate, I'll be honest with you. Once I got rid, it was the mini bottles, mate. The mini bottles stunk. Oh, mate, it was horrendous. The mini bottles were so bad, the smell from them. And also, I don't know if anyone watched the Overflow show, the challenge one. There was a one, it had, was it dark ale and big giant fucking cockroach things, right? Oh mate, it was horrendous. There was 2 challenges throughout the whole show, the whole 30 hours or whatever it is we did. There was 2 challenges that really, really got to me. It was this beetle, right, which must have took me, honestly, I'm so pleased that everyone stuck around and watched and carried on watching and shit like that, because it must have been boring as fuck watching me try to get this fucking beetle into my mouth, right? Because it was, mate, it was probably the size of my thumb end, maybe a little bit further. It was fucking ginormous. And because it had been put in dark ale, it was actually filled with beer.
Yeah.
Which I know people in chat are going to say, that's fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
It's not.
Honestly, right, when you stick that in your mouth and it fucking squirts down the back of your neck, right?
Jesus.
Oh, honestly, it was horrendous. So I did that, and then obviously everything that I had left over from the challenges, which I kept everything. I don't bullshit. I'm straight up when it comes to the challenges. I do everything that I'm set Obviously, the rule was anything that I had left over from the challenges that I couldn't do. Obviously, Matt had next to fuck all because he's a fucking cyborg, right?
Straight down,
and he can do them all. He's a fucking machine, right? Obviously, everything that I had left over. So, say I only got half a bottle of mini bottle down, it had to go in a smoothie at the end.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so obviously I had a
Oh.
little tub. I don't know if anyone can remember. I did it. I showed it on the UK Vape Show a while ago. I had a little tub with fish eyes in.
Oh.
Remember, I showed it a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been down for is it a month?
A month.
Yeah, yeah. So I showed it a few shows before the charity live. Anyway, this little tub with fish eyes in. I managed to chew one of the fish eyes. Never swallowed it. Like that was never going to happen with me.
Oh.
But that squirted. The fish eye squirted.
Fuck.
All over my fucking right-hand monitor.
Oh, Jesus.
It's things like that where you struggle to shift the smell. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, it was just as much as like these challenges. I'll be honest with you. This year's challenges were the worst we've done. In all the 3 years, we've done 3 charity lives now. And these challenges were the worst we have ever done. They're mini bottles, and obviously there was little powders to go with the mini bottles and stuff like that. So you had to neck the powder first. Then obviously Lynn and Jane Dowd and Lynn Haynes in chat, they organise all the challenges. They've been planning it for 8 months. And honestly, some of the challenges that they came up with were fucking disgusting. And I think they need some kind of therapy.
See, the worry I've got for you now is what the fuck are they going to do for next year?
Mate, I have no fucking idea. No fucking idea. Why do you think I'm not sleeping? Have you seen these bugs? The thing is, the hard thing is obviously we say next year. It's probably a month since we started the charity live, so it's probably 10 months away.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind they were planning this for 8 months, so they're probably already on it.
I bet they are. It wouldn't fucking surprise me, actually. Yeah, they'll be ready on it.
Sauce and shit. I've heard testicles are on the fucking menu.
Jane just typed in chat, just wait till next year. Lynn's just typed, we take our job seriously. Be afraid.
Oh, Jane's put be very afraid. Mark H has put rabbit poo scones for the win. No, mate.
Oh.
I think we need to ban Mark H for a bit. Lynn and Jane are right. Like, you've got Lynn above him, then Jane below him, and then him saying rabbit poo scones for the win.
Yeah.
Awesome, mate. Cheers.
Oh God, no.
I think that's the thing, you know. It's one of them things, right? When you're raising the kind of money that we've raised for charity, right? When we're raising that kind of money, these challenges that normally you wouldn't fucking go to the pub and order a tin of Sostromen unless you're from Norway. They love it.
True.
I think it's Norway or Sweden. One of the two. You know, you wouldn't order that kind of thing. You wouldn't go out of your way to have it if there wasn't a meaning to it. But seeing the money roll in for the charity live and stuff like that kind of makes it enjoyable. It kind of makes it a bit of a giggle. You know, it's like Aiden doing his challenges. You know, you doing yours, shaving your hair and your beard, which is fucking grew back.
Yeah,
rapid,
again,
mate.
my hair grows back really fucking quick. Really quick.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, I need to fucking cut it again. It's getting a bit long. Yeah, my hair does grow back quick. But I did look like a potato for at least a week and a half.
Well, that's it. That's the thing. It was a good giggle. And
Oh, it was fucking phenomenal. It was
all right, good
laugh.
giggle.
I loved
It
it.
really was. There's other Sean, another one of the guys that was watching it. Yeah, it was a good laugh. It really was. But like I say, with regards to parcels and auction wins, everything will be with you very soon. Obviously, as you well know, there's postal strikes, shit like that. So we've just got to be. I think I've got 2 parcels left to send. One of them is Shelley Hooper, who won the Zeus Juice bundle.
Ah,
Massive bag and that, like. Oh mate, you've seen the Zeus Juice bundle, haven't you?
I did.
Yeah. So this is the Zeus Juice bundle, right? And this is the kind of shit you can win. So there's like that there.
Damn,
Right.
look at that.
and I think she won it for, what was it, fucking 40 quid or something like that.
40
300 odd
quid?
quid's worth of juice. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy shit.
Oh.
You know, and I've got to send that out yet. I'm trying to work out how to send it because it's a big fucking box. You know, and again, we're not fucking professionals. We're not the BBC. We're not going to be able to fucking send things out rapid as fuck. You know what I mean? It's a hard one. But like I say, I've got that to send out, and I've got Martin Hart's moved to Malta, so I've got to send his out as well. But I'm waiting for the other stuff to turn up at my house first, so he doesn't have to pay two lots of postage all the way from Malta.
Actually, get it. You've got a point. We never done the buffet.
Oh shit!
We completely skipped it. On you go, Sean. You go first.
Fucking hell, mate! Cracking the fucking whip. Yeah, so I'm on the Drag X Pro, which he's obviously seen before. Great bit of kit. Again, you know, I mentioned when I first got this about the fill port being behind the metal. I don't know if you can see there.
Yeah.
See how it's like sank in? So it's a bit of a nightmare to open the fill port. So that's the fill port, and what you do is you turn this to cover it up.
Yep.
The other problem is this button. You see it? See the button? Can you see the crack in it?
Oh.
So the button has cracked in two places just off pressing it, because you've got to press it in to open it up. Obviously, you've got to hold the tank.
Bit of an iffy design problem.
Yeah.
The fuck?
It is what it is, isn't it? Still a good vape though, so can't knock it for that. But I'm also on the Tosha with the Druga on top in coffee bean brown.
Very nice.
Which I don't think it's the colour that it's advertised as, but that 100% looks like coffee beans.
It does.
And in there I have got some lemon meringue from the Rochford project.
Yay!
Love that stuff, me. It's like the lemon meringue to me is like your fucking black vine, in it.
Yeah, you're hooked on it. Yeah.
And I am also on the Purge Parabellum. And in there I have got some Shy Tots Mont Blanc from the award-winning Shy Tots.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me. Over to you, Victor.
I'm on the usual setup, folks. Mouth to lung, the Albrecht mouth to lung tank on the Ido from BP Mods that I'm going to be retiring soon because I've been using this for far too fucking long, this little mod. I have got some of... Now, they're not really called Best Sig Liquid now. They're called the Tobacco Juice Company or something. It's Andy Beard's old BCL company, but I've got some of his flu cured in there. 18mg, and it's rather nice. But the sweet side, though, that I was kind of surprised at. So I've got that, and I go, usual SL class. Now, I have came across a bit of an issue with the G class. The paint is starting to peel. Look at that. Look at that.
Sake, man, that is an old issue.
What the fucking serious fuck?
Oh, God. I mean, to be fair, right, I haven't used mine as much as I should have. But probably because of fear of the paint coming off.
Fucking paint's peeling off the damn thing. It just started happening about 2-3 weeks ago, and I just started...
Have you mentioned it to them?
I'm going to see how bad it gets first. It started off as one spot, and then it just spread.
Oh my God, I thought that it sorted that after
I thought they would have sorted it as well. And here's the worst thing about it, right? You can just about see it. There's two little spots there. The paint's peeling at the front as well.
Man.
Like, fucking seriously. So, G-Class with the peeling paint, with, I can't remember what fucking tank this is. It's the Blaze. Yeah, the Blaze from Mike Vapes that I'm going to be retiring soon for the other Blaze. Still on the BP Mods, Dovepole, Blotto, single coil, cracking little tank, on the SL class that doesn't have peeling paint because there's no paint on it.
There actually is, isn't there? Isn't the frame? The frame round the leather is painted.
Ah, all right, it might. Well, the frame's fine.
The frame round the leather is painted. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, the frame's fine on this.
Yeah, I'm sure that's painted though. I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, it's painted that.
Yeah, but it looks like they've got some kind of. It looks like they put some kind of.
Got like a lacquer over the top.
Yeah, it's like a lacquer. Whereas the G class is just painted straight on. And
what colour's yours? Your SL class?
Kind of gunmetal grey in the frame.
Yeah, mine's like a. It's like probably the same, but I think it's a different color.
It looks the same. My tube's
Might just be the camera. I don't know.
I think it's the camera.
Your tube's like the MK Pro in it.
I got the engraved tube on this.
You would.
They actually gave me a choice: plain tube or engraved. I went engraved. Thank you.
Is that you?
Well, Bill's saying he got his G class the same time as me, and the paintwork in his is fine.
I think that's the thing with them being, because obviously when they release a new mod, you know, they get mass produced on it for a little bit, and then they sell a load and then make a load more. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the way they work, I think. But I mean, to be fair, mine. But bear in mind, I haven't really used mine much. Mine's still bang on.
Yeah, yours looks brand new. Yeah.
I haven't really used mine much. But it's one of them things. I'll be honest with you, the paint can't be as bad as the G class, because my G class, my original G class, I had the black one with the imprinted one like that.
Yeah.
Like your SL class. I had the black one with the gold buttons and that. That was hardly used, and the paint started to flake off by itself.
Okay,
like there was no knocking it, no scratching it, no nothing. It was left in my shed on the side, never took out the house. It was never took to work or anything like that. The paint. I mean, Matt Chandler will tell you, because I sent it over to Matt because it stopped working.
Right.
So I sent it over to Matt to see if he could fix it or do something with it, and it was fucked. that was my fault. I'd left the tank on it, left an RTA on it, and
leaked.
Yeah, it leaked all over it. But the paint thing wasn't my fault.
It just started peeling. That's fucking weird. But I'm just going to see how bad it gets first before I contact them. See if I can get another one off them.
I mean, again, they are still great mods.
Oh, they're fucking phenomenal mods. Okay, no, Chico. I'll see you later on, mate.
See you later, dude.
But I'll see how bad it gets first and say, look, my paint's coming off. Can you send me another one? Thank you.
That's what's happened, isn't it? Vic's been launching it off the wall in his bedroom.
Just fucking.
He's been chucking it around the room. Chucking it around the room, you know, rubbing it on the sidewalk.
Get some scratches in there. Look what happened. Send me another one. Thank you.
It's a hard one, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, the only thing I would say with regards to the paint, I mean, you know, it could be to do with, you know, usage or whatever. I don't know where you've used yours. You take yours everywhere. You use yours all the time, don't you?
In the house, I never take it out, because I'm a ham-fisted fuck. I drop things all the time, but I never take it outside. Never. The only thing I take outside is this, but there's no paint on the bottom to chip or scratch. If I do drop it, that's why I take it outside with me. But any expensive mod does not leave this house or doesn't leave the studio, because they're both carpeted. I don't.
You know what the solution is, don't you, Vic?
What?
Don't drop your fucking mods.
I keep saying that to myself, but
I love it when people say that. So if I do drop it, like you're preparing for to drop it.
I'm just a ham-fisted idiot. That's what I've seen in the reviews as well. There's been times where Smock have sent me a mod, right? Could be one of their fucking latest mods. Vaporesso is a classic example. It was the GT60. And it came in, and I was like, oh, look, another GT mod. They've released like 30 billion of the fuckers already. So I filled up the tank, screwed it in the mod, popped an 18650 battery on it, sat it on the table, and I went, I'm going to get myself a little steak bake, because this was at the time when I was actually still eating steak bake. So I went down to Greg's, came back up, sat down, picked up the mod slid off my hand, and it bounced off the metal edge at the side of the table. Big chip out the paintwork, and I'm like, oops, haven't even fucking used it yet. I'm a ham-fisted idiot.
It's like the fucking ageist ones, where people were driving cars over them, right? Yeah. I'm not being funny, right? If you need to test a mod like that, you ain't fucking vaping properly, right? You know what I mean? Driving, chucking them out of fucking windows and all sorts.
That's what I done with the first.
I mean,
Aegis.
don't get me wrong. For reviewers to do that, I understand. You know, to test exactly how strong it is, because obviously they were saying it was as strong as fuck and it could withstand anything. I could understand it, but then you get it in the thing, and the reason people buy it is because you can drive a car over it. Fuck me.
I think it was it Bogan? He ended up taking a fucking axe to his and then dropping it in a pint of fucking beer. He went nuts with his one. Fucking nuts with his. Fucking axe, pint of beer, the works, and the fucker still worked. That was a good mod, that one. Fucking phenomenal mod, the original.
I think that was the Legend, wasn't it? Was that not the Legend that he did that one?
It was the first Legend. Yeah, the first Legend, the original one. Fucking phenomenal mod.
I must admit, I am tempted to have a go of the Stubby.
The Stubby?
The Stubby AIO from Bogan and Suicide Mods.
Oh, I don't have that in. I've seen pictures of it, but I haven't.
I'm tempted to get one of them and have a go of that, like.
Don't have that one in. I think they're going to be sent, because I remember Suicide Mod sent an email, that was a while ago now, saying they're going to be sending out something within the next month. It might be the Stubby. I'm not sure, though. Not sure.
It looks nice as well, doesn't it?
It does. Well, it's a Bogan. I mean, if Bogan designed
I mean, what I am waiting for is of anyone that watched the charity live will have seen that Vape Stew got back together. Did a bit of a like return to work stream. Well, it wasn't really a return to work because they're not planning on coming back. But they kind of got together. There was Nick, Swags, and Stan came on the charity live toward later on. It was like early hours of the morning. And Stan dropped a bit of info that he's back in the workshop with Times Vape. He's going to be doing another mod. Anyone that knows the Dreamer, the Keen, the heavy hitter.
Yep.
You know, he always fires out decent mods. I mean, the heavy hitter was a bit of a nightmare with the button, but once you got used to the button, it was all right. But I'm really looking forward to that to see what's coming out.
Has Times Vape actually released anything? Because I don't think they have recently.
I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to be an Expo. I don't know. I haven't checked the floor plan because I don't know if anyone's noticed. If you try to go on the fucking Expo website, it comes up with some kind of strange page.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Like it's been hacked.
Yeah. Can't get the floor plan up. At least when I was checking yesterday, you can't get the floor plan up.
Yeah. So I was trying to check to see if Times Vape were going, because if Times Vape were going, I would imagine that he would be there if he's in the works on something. Because they usually fly him over.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I'm going to be waiting for that. Like 100%. I've got all of his mods apart from the heavy hitter. I think that's the only one I didn't get.
Yeah, the Dreamer. I don't use mechs that much, but the Dreamer was the one that I felt, because it was a really comfortable mech to handle. The way that thing was designed. I used that for a good couple of months and then it went on the shelf.
I bet you didn't have it stacked though, did you?
Did I fuck? Nope. I got the stack kit in, I just never fucking... Yeah, there we go. Nope.
There's my stack dream.
Fuck that. Nope.
Yeah, stack dream with a hybrid Ardent on top. Because that was a fucking awesome RDA as well that he brought out, the Ardent.
It was.
Fucking class it was. And then obviously the handling of the Dreamer was mint, but then the Keen I thought was another level with regards to how comfortable it sat in your hand.
The Keen was like a refined Dreamer, the way that switch was done and the way that the actual tube was done as well. It was like he took all the... I think what he done is he took all the input from the users of the Dreamer and just chucked them into the Keen, because the Keen was the better of the two mechs. Especially that switch. That switch was fucking phenomenal in that thing.
It was, yeah. It was, yeah. And then obviously he brought the Tenacious Unicorn out.
Yep. I don't think I got that one in.
He donated his own personal prototype of that to the charity.
Prototype?
Yeah, which he hand painted himself and shit like that with all the thing. I think Jane won it. Really smart bit of kit. It was very nice. I mean, obviously it was a prototype. It's not going to be perfect, but it was a functional prototype. It wasn't like it was going to go off in your hand.
Yeah, it was a working prototype. I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, I loved the Keen. I love the Keen. I still every now and again go back to the Keen. In fact, I might dig my Keen back out for next week. I'll have my Keen. I'm gonna find my Keen up, I think.
It was the dreamer for me. I was a big fan of that.
It was one of the first mods that brought them the beauty rings out as well.
Yeah.
You know, when they brought the beauty rings out so that they could you could use different size RDAs on it. You didn't get overhang and shit.
That's why it was so fucking popular. That's definitely why it was so popular.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think we have a pretty bulging post bag, don't we?
Oh fuck the post bag!
I think you better crack on, buddy. Jesus Christ!
We're just rambling
all right, I'll
away.
keep you on track, mate.
Fucking hell! It's 9:45. The fucking time went. Okay, post bag time. For the people that don't know where the post bag questions are posted, it's on the UK Vape Show Facebook group. Just scroll up. The Nightbot spammed it a couple of times already. Here we go. Post bag. Where are we going to go? We're going to go from the top down. Connor. Name: Mr. Squonk McSquonk Squonk. Okay. Location: somewhere on a conveyor belt. So he's being made. Age: whenever he's being made. Age: whenever the plastic was moulded together to create my rather round body. I wonder what squonkery is with a round body. Anyway, question for all casters. Lately I've been having a lot of issues with coil longevity. Rebuildable coil especially, using proper coils and JTB coils at the moment. So he's using the past sponsor and the current sponsor. My issues lay in the dry burning process. Right, here we go. Dry burning process. I dry burn a dual coil at 30 to 35 watts, and after a few quick dry burns the coil glows black, which it's supposed to do, thus giving me really meh flavour. And in addition, I'm also struggling to get them to heat evenly. Strumming.
I'll be honest with you, when you say they're supposed to, I've never had them go black.
I think,
on the initial dry burn. I think he's talking about when you first put them in.
I think I know what the problem is here. 30 to 35 watts is too low. You need to glow them. I think what Connor's doing is hitting it at 30 to 35 watts. The coil, because you go through the rainbow stage.
Change colour, yeah. You get the rainbow in, which is what the coil builders do on Instagram, don't they? They like try and get the perfect colour formation and
perfect
stuff.
Picture. But his is going black, and it goes black before it hits the rainbow stage. Connor, you're not using enough power. You need to glow them. That's what it comes down to. You need to glow them out. Here we go. Dry burn a dual coil at 30 to 35 watts. That's too low. It's too low. You need to, if you're doing dual coil, like dual, if it's Chico or even proper coils, you're probably using what, aliens, triple core aliens, or maybe just the normal framed Claptons. Well, not framed Claptons or something like that.
Fused Claptons, aye.
If probably coming out at something like, I'm going to be guessing 0.2, 0.25 ohms. 30 to 35 watts isn't enough. You need to double that at least. You need to get them to glow. Go through the rainbow.
To get them hot.
Yeah. Go through the rainbow, and then it'll clean up, and it'll turn a very dull silvery colour. Not black, a dull silvery colour. You're not using enough power. That's what it is. As for the other one where we are saying here, what was it? And in addition, I'm struggling to get them to heat evenly. So don't use 35 watts. Use 65 watts or 70 watts. When it starts to glow red, certain spots, especially if it's an alien, aliens are bad for this, certain spots are going to glow really, really bright red compared to the normal red glow. Get a pair of ceramic, not metal, ceramic tip tweezers and give that area a strum. Just run your tweezers across the top, give it another glow, and keep doing that until the entire coil length, like you see in the reviews when I'm doing a rebuildable, until the entire coil length is glowing even. It's just strumming and lots of power.
I think there's lots of reasons why it cannot be heating even though, isn't it? You know, you leg length.
There's another one, leg length.
Make sure your legs are all the same length. Make sure your coils are like the same distance away from you, because obviously the longer your coil, the more power it's got to go through it.
Yep.
You know, so you've got your leg length. You've got you make sure your contacts are tightened.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously, bear in mind, when you heat something up, it expands. When it cools down, it contracts, right? So what can end up happening is your coils can become loose. So make sure you're nipping them up as well.
Basically, what you need to do, Connor, is look at a review that I done for a dual coil RDA, any dual coil RDA, and follow the wattage that I used and follow what I'd done to bed the coils in. That's all you need to do. You're not using enough power.
Practice as well.
Practice. It took me. I mean, when I first started getting stuck in about rebuildables at the end of 2014, going into 2015, it took me a good couple of months to get used to it.
Jesus Christ, mate! I wish I took a picture of my first ever build. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I wish I took a picture of my first ever one. If I remember right, my first ever RDA was a V-God, right? My first ever RDA was a V-God. I think it was a clone, if I'm honest. But honestly, my first build was fucking shocking. I can remember taking it in the vape shop and saying, look what I've done. Look, it makes smoke. Aiden will kill me for that.
It makes smoke. Look at this.
It wasn't on a mech, by the way.
No.
It wasn't on a mech.
So, cheers for the question, Connor. The one and only Jane is up next, maker of award-winning liquids. Jane, the dungeon mistress, currently reclining in the dungeon boudoir, contemplating punishment duties. Oh dear. Matron.
That's me, that's getting that, you know.
That's you, yep. All casters, apart from the charity... All casters, apart from the charity events, this is a good one. What's the worst juice flavour you've vaped?
Oh, God.
I've vaped a lot of fucking bad ones. What's the worst one, though? Damn.
I'll probably go for, right? Now, the issue is I liked it at first. I liked this juice at first, but then the more rank it tasted. And this isn't a slur at the company or anything like that, you know what I mean? It's not. It was the Just Jam Christmas one that they brought out, the gingerbread one. I enjoyed it at first. I thought it was really nice. It was something new. I'd never tried before. Can you remember that? Just Jam brought that gingerbread one. I think they released it at October Expo one year.
Yep.
And it was the gingerbread, ginger shop or something like that anyway. I can't remember. I don't think they do it anymore now. But it was like a Christmas special juice. And like I say, I enjoyed it at first. It was like, you know, oh, that's nice. Do you know what I mean? Like when you vape a new juice. And after a while, it got to the point where it was like dead sickly and shit like that.
Some
I mean,
of
I've
them
had
get
worse
like that,
juices than that, but I can't think of them right now. When you try to come off the pot, but it was that one. But again, Just Jam, love some of the other flavors. Fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah, some of the main
absolutely
line
phenomenal. But it was,
good.
and again, juice is subjective, innit?
They are.
You know, there'll be other people out there that absolutely love the gingerbread one.
There's some people out there that don't like black vine. Personally, I think their taste buds are up their arse. But there's some people out there that don't like black vine. Personally, I love it. I vape it all the fucking time. For me, it was one of Decadent Vapor are still on the go. They're very quiet these days, but they're still on the go. Decadent Vapor thought it would be a good idea to make a buffalo wing e-liquid, which is basically spicy chicken wings, and it tasted fucking rank. It's just fucking awful. And I was like, no. The dripper that I tried it on, it was the Unigo W. It wasn't the Igo L because I upgraded at that point in time. It was the Unigo W. The smell clung to the dripper. And this was even me running it through a very cheap and nasty fucking ultrasonic cleaner that I picked up from Amazon. Stripped out all the O-rings, unscrewed the screws from the post so everything was stripped down, including the fucking 510 pin, all the insulators, into the fucking ultrasonic. It still smelled, and I was like, I need to fucking bin that. Thanks a fucking lot, Decadent.
I love the way you say that, dude. It still smelled.
Yeah,
mate. I mean, obviously, I know the Charity Lives was cancelled out, right? But we have to get at least 4 RDAs every Charity Live that we can just bin.
Bin, because you're not going to be using those again. No. Nope.
Never ever going to get the smell of fucking cheese and onion out your vape. Never ever. Cheesy dicks.
And it's not. Is it what drippers did you use for those challenges?
To be honest, I usually just pull out like unnamed ones, like
Yeah, just
ones
cheap
that
and
I've never
cheerful
heard
ones.
of. Like I've got loads of ideas just sat here that I've never even heard of, and I'll just pull them out, bang them on the thing, put a build in it, like old ones, old, you know. But some of them fucking juicy, bro.
Jane's just put a whole line of little devil faces there. Here we go.
I mean, fucking hell, Adam drank them, mate, in a shot glass.
He did. Yeah, but
That
Adam's
was fucking
just
hardcore, that shit. And he raised 300 quid. I think it was about 350 quid doing it.
See, if it wasn't for the fucking stomach issues, I would love to try it, but I ended up in fucking hospital. I ended up in fucking hospital. I can tell you now, I'd been in hospital. Nope. I'm happy to shave myself into a potato because the hair grows back anyway. Anyway,
Mike's Mex was really ill as well off them.
Yeah, I noticed that. Mike, a couple of times I thought he was going to fucking pass out.
I mean, me and Aiden were ill because we just get ill at everything. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking hell. You put someone in front of us, we're gonna vom.
Yeah.
It's the way it works.
Definitely. Cheers for that one, Jane. You just reminded me of the buffalo wings. Oh, God, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Paul Doling. Hi all, just a random question. Do you still have Sunday dinner? This is a very random question. Do you still have Sunday dinner? If you do, what gravy do you like? Nice thick gravy or the weak watery excuse for gravy? It's got to be thick. Bisto, just Bisto with a little bit of corn flour in there to thicken it up even more. That's what I end up using.
I would go for thick as well because I like to mash my gravy into my mashed potato.
I do that.
A bit of gravy, bit of horseradish, mashed into your mash. Unreal.
I don't do the horseradish, but I do it with the gravy. Just mash it in.
Horseradish is unreal mashed into mashed tatty.
I need to try that.
Unreal.
I need to try that. Tomer, Aiden's being Harry Potter, and Adam has got the COVID. His entire family's sick. That's why he's.
I love the way everyone says it like that now. You're joking and saying it like that, but everyone says it like that. Like they're frightened to say that word.
I don't even think because COVID. It's just in case. Don't want to see the fucking name just in case. So there you go. Good to see the show back. Who's going to Expo? This is from Paul Grierson. Good to see the show back. Who's going to Expo? Unless I get a company paying for it for me, I'm not going because I'm fucking skint.
I have no clue. If I'm brutally honest, I have no clue. It totally depends on work at the time. I have a ticket. I have a ticket to go.
So do I.
Yeah. It just totally depends. If I go, it'll probably be for a day. Like I say, it's a 3-hour drive. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I wish I could answer. Because I'd love to be there. I really would. I'd really love to be there. But I'm not 100% certain yet. It's
because the October one generally tends to be the better one between the two. It's always been like that, but I just can't do it.
The thing is, you've got to remember as well, you know, we when we go, we usually go for 3 nights.
Yep.
We usually go for 3 nights.
Yep.
So we'll go for the Thursday night, so we can be up bright and bushy-tailed on the Friday morning, ready for B2B.
Yep.
Then you know, we usually go home on a Sunday. I know you stay longer. You go Thursday night and come back on the Monday.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hard one, especially with the prices that Premier Inn are charging. I mean, you're talking 450 quid just for. I mean, I think Bunny will tell you. Because Bunny, I think Bunny was the last person that I've seen actually mention a price that she'd got for the hotels for 3 nights, and it's just ridiculous.
It is.
Like how you can charge that for, because all you're doing is putting your head on a bed. You've got to pay extra for your breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, all you're doing is putting your head on a bed.
That's
over £500 for 3 nights, man.
Ooh.
You know, it's just ridiculous, man. Like, how can you afford that? I've actually got a concert to go to. I'm going to see Robbie Williams the week after. Don't shoot me. But I'm going to see Robbie Williams after the week after that. You know, it's a hard one. I don't know. I might be there for a day. We'll see what happens.
And the only way I'm going to show up is if a company sponsors me to go, which they do to Americans, but they don't do it to UK reviewers. I don't know fucking why. It's a UK Vapor Expo, but in other words, I'm probably not going to be there. Simple as that. And plus, I've got another engagement. The engagement was support. I'm going to Poland. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to Poland. I'm going to be visiting a company called Chemnovatic, which is a white label e-liquid company that provides a shitload of nicotine and a shitload of white label basic flavours to small liquid companies across Europe and in the UK, and they invited me over to basically take a look at the process of how nicotine is extracted.
Is that going to be for ECig 101?
It's for the ECig 101. It's going to be wrapped around that particular episode, but the guys over in Poland, they're paying for my flight, and they're also paying for the hotel fee, and I'm just going to bring some spending money over for some trinkets to bring back, but that was supposed to be a week after Expo, but their marketing guys are going to be at the Expo, and then they're going to another Expo somewhere in Europe the week after, so they can't make the week after meeting for me, so it's been pushed back to the end of October, so that's when I'm going to Poland for 3 days.
I mean, Bunny's saying there, it's the same kind of issue you've got. Like, it's not just the ticket for Expo. I think sometimes this is one of them things that's easy to forget. It's not just the ticket for Expo, it's travelling there. Obviously, yeah. Bunny's in Ireland, 200 quid for flights.
Huh?
You know, I mean, how much was it the train to get down there when you went last time?
For the train in business class, because fuck being stuck inside a sardine can in normal class for 4 fucking hours, it was return was about 125, I think.
Yeah, so 125 quid. So you've got to find that. So even if you went, what would it be, 75 quid in normal class?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 75 quid, you know, you've got to find that. Then you've got to find your money for your hotel. So there's 575 quid instantly.
Yep.
Right? This is the thing. It's not as clean cut.
Fucking cheap.
Yeah, I'm going to Expo. It's a fucking nightmare. You know, and we all funded ourselves.
Oh yeah, it's all funded ourselves. And it gets me all the time, and I love some of the US reviewers that pop over now. Some of them do pay for the expenses themselves. Some of them do, but a lot of them, it's a paid trip for them. Essentially, it's a paid trip, and I'm like, hold on a minute, this is the UK Vapor Expo. Shouldn't you be doing a little bit of a favour to some of the UK reviewers that have been reviewing your stuff since your fucking company first started? But no, apparently we're not good enough. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that might come full circle, though, mate.
Yeah, I think it might.
We'll have to see.
I think it might.
We'll have to see.
Moving on,
I mean, like I say, I'm quite happy to fund it myself. It doesn't bother me that much, to be brutally honest.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If I had the money, I'd be definitely heading and funding it myself. But this time, I just don't.
Well, you fund it yourself every year.
Yeah.
You fund it yourself every year, and you usually go twice a year.
Yep. This time, I just don't have the money for it. Just don't have the money. And the worry I've got as well is, because I'm renting studio space, I was talking to the building manager. When these gas, because it's a gas boiler that building uses, right? Their gas tariff is up for renewal for the whole building at the end of October. What's worrying me is what's going to happen to the rent of the studio. What's going to happen to the rent of the studio from November the 1st? Because the rent's going to go up. I know for a fact it is. It's going to go up. So I'm planning ahead here.
Of course it is. Of course it's going to go up.
Anyway,
it's just a hard one. I think as well. You got to think we're just coming out of COVID. You know, COVID's not a million miles away from when it was here, right? It's not a million miles away.
Yeah.
You know, we're all still recovering from that kind of period of time where we were all locked in the house, couldn't do fuck all,
locked in the house, going insane.
Yeah. You know, there's anxieties that have come with that. You know, just like I say, Vic obviously has said he doesn't think he's going to be there. I don't know. 100% don't know. Yeah,
we'll just need to take. We just need to take. There's another month to go until we reach the first week, because it's the first weekend of October. The next expo's on, but there's another month to go. Things could change. You never know. But right now.
Wait, Aiden's at fucking Harry Potter World. He could win Guardian Leviosa over there. See, I used the right spell that time.
Used the right one, yeah.
Yes.
Wingardium Leviosa. Just flies there. Just flyers there.
Twist and flick. I fucking... I can't remember what she says. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
So here we go, Mr. William Dobson. Fluff, Planet Shuffle, age can't remember. So the saga continues. Yes, Mr. Dobson. On the way back home in our Nexus class starship, and someone made a comment about vaping. To all casters, flash, bang, wallop, big swirly thingy. Even on the drugs volume, you have all been sent to a different reality, but all your vape stuff is gone. Oh, it's one of these questions.
He has no idea how much dizziness comes with one of his fucking messages.
I know. It's like reading
You're
a fucking
fucked if you've
novel.
got vertigo.
You now need to get something across the road. What? You now need to get something across the road as a vape shop. Right, you now need to get something across the road as a vape shop, which you all start to head to. Once inside, you discover that there has been a vape war amongst all the companies, and the only company remaining, oh my god, seriously? The only company remaining is Smoant. Do they still make stuff? Which kit do you choose? Now, Vic has been around longer, so he gets to go last. So I'm going last, you're first then.
Mine would have been, I'll go straight away because it's the only small one I've had. It'll have been it reminded me of the Lost Vape Orion. It was the small version of that. Lost Vape. It was the kind of the one with the tube drip tip.
What the fuck was the name of that?
I can't remember, mate. I can't remember what it's called.
Smoant haven't made anything for fucking ages. Are they even around?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to move my keyboard over here because
he's got a Smoant.
What?
You've got a Smoant, haven't you?
Oh no, I've got this, which is also the pick of the mod because it was actually a really good mod.
It shows your dick. Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to say that.
I've got the mod mat for it. Oh, bit hide that because of YouTube and shit. But yeah, I've got the mod mat. It's the Smoant Battlestar. There's the Battlestar down there. Fucking phenomenal mod mat. It was also a really, really good mod. The Smoant Battlestar. It had some of them were really horrible yellow colours, but the chip that they used in the Battlestar, it was a bloody good one. But I don't even know if Smoant are still around. In fact, you know what? Fuck it, hold on. I'm going to check their website. Give me a minute. Because I haven't heard anything from that company for at least a year.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh no, their website's loading. Hold on. What have they got out? Jesus God, they've still got a Christmas message up from last year. That's not a good sign. Ah, they're doing podcasts now. Yeah, there is a...
Someone's just put, how the hell would Smoant of all companies win that ominous vape war? Pass the tune.
That's a good question, Pass the tune. They have got a shitload of podcasts that I've never heard of. The Vicky Pro, the Veer. Now, I've heard of the Pasito too. Night 80, the Sharon Baby. I actually reviewed that about fucking 7 or 8 months ago. But if you look at the mod section, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. They've still got the Battlestar and Cylon up, but they've made nothing.
The one
new
that
since
I'm on
then.
about is on about the one that's Cindy Van. Is it Cindy Van Huel? Is on about the Lost Vape Orion. It was kind of the same style as that. And that's the only Smoant mod I've ever had. You know the Orion? Remember the Orion? It was like a little rectangular.
That's bright. Hold on.
Hit the bed. We've all gone to heaven, guys.
I need to. I can't fucking alter that because I've got OBS Streamlabs running. I know the one you're on about. I think it might be the Cylon.
I'm gonna quickly 2 seconds, mate. I'll be back. I'll be back. I just need to quickly run in the house. I shall be back.
But yeah, that's what we would pick. The Battlestar. The Battlestar was definitely their best mod. I mean, a lot of people went for the Sharon, not the Sharon. A lot of people went for the Cylon mod, but the Battlestar had that wedge shape because at that point in time, the in thing was the Wismec rouleaus, which have died a death recently. But the Battlestar for me, that was the big one. That was the one that I would pick. Vic lives in the sun, evidently. Yes, I do, Dyer thing. I'd still love to know why William. I'd still love to know why William thinks that in a vape war, Smoant's the only one to survive. Because you would think it would be Smock or Vapor Esso. They've got the money and the backing to do it. Anyway, we won't move on to the next question. We will wait until Mr. Sean comes back. That Cylon mod by them was rubbish. See, that's why I preferred the Battlestar Ash. I think, from what I remember of the Cylon mod, there was a problem with the battery door in some of the later versions. But by that point in time, they had been through the production process so much they couldn't go back and change the way the battery door was made, because they already sold about 20,000 of the damn things. So they had to keep making it the way they were making it. And by that point in time as well, when the problems really started to come up about the Cylon's battery door issues, or was it the battery contacts? I think it might have been the battery contacts with the Cylon. But anyway, by that point in time, the Battlestar was already released. In fact, I think I've still got mine up in the studio, coming to think of it.
We're still on the same question.
Yeah, we're just moving on now.
Just checking before.
Martin Saunders. How you doing, Martin? Professor Dumbledong. Okay. At least
that's where Aiden's going to say.
That's who Aiden's going to see, yeah. At least 7 inches. Plumber. So he's a plumber. Casters. With Vic trying his hand at all these real jobs, if you weren't doing your current job, what would be your dream job, and what job did you want as a child? That's a good question, actually. So what did you want to be when you grew up, basically?
See, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a fireman. Did me work experience and everything as a fireman. I actually did my work experience on September the 11th, on the year that the planes hit the Twin Towers.
Oh.
Which totally, I've got to be honest, it totally put me off.
Yeah.
Like, honest, I was a kid. Bear in mind, I was a kid. I must have been, how old was I? 13, something like that. 12, 13-year-old, and to see the fire station turn into just chaos, utter chaos. From it being all nice and calm, they've got the kids in, they're doing the work experience and all that kind of thing, and it just went absolutely mental. We all got sent home, and it was just scary shit. What would I be? A singer.
Oh.
A singer. I would want to be a singer.
See, for me, when I was growing up, it was fireman. Well, there was a while I was toying of being an airline pilot, but then I went, nah, I don't like flying. So it was like, yeah, fireman. If I wasn't a reviewer, the perfect job for me, that's a toughie. It would probably have something to do with engineering, because I like making things. It would have
just got a vision of you as a pilot, mate.
Scary thought, ain't it?
This is your captain speaking. Is it time to take off? Yes, it fucking is.
Fucking
the good news.
Thought.
The good news. We're all on our way to our destination. The bad news. We're all fucked.
So that was a good one, Martin. Good one. Right. Oh, here's a good one from Ben. It's another budget-based question, which a lot of people like to have. Question to all casters. Grizz can decide the order that you answer. Well, there's only 2 of us here anyway. You've just lost all your vape gear, and you have under 80 quid to restart your collection. He's going for a specific one. Which dual battery setup and mod plus tank do you go out for? Doesn't have to be a kit, and they don't need to be the same brand, but it has to be on that 80 quid budget. So, 80 quid, dual battery box mod, tank or dripper. What do you choose? This is 80 quid. What can you get for 80 quid? And does he say... Okay, it just says mod plus tank. So it could be a rebuildable as well, I suppose.
Does it have to be new?
No.
Right.
80 quid.
You're going. Aidan, do you want to go first, mate? Or Adam? No. They said no. It's down to you, Vic.
All right, so I'm first. Fuck.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be new because you never stated that, so it could be something that's been out for a while that's hit the bargain bin. So I would go tank-wise. I wouldn't go for a stock coiler because I mean I still use stock coils up in the shut up phone. I still use stock coilers up in the studio, but I still prefer rebuildables. I would go something 80 fucking quid. I want to keep the bulk of it for the mod. 20 quid for a tank. I would go for something like the Mike Vapes Eclipse. Not the one that's out now, but the original one that was tiny, about this size. You could probably pick that up for about £19.99 if you shop around, which leaves me 60 quid for the mod. Vaporesso Gen S, which was out about a year ago. You could probably pick that up for about 50 quid these days. There we go, done. Yay!
I'm just checking to see if you can still get hold of it. Yeah. I tell you what I would go for straight away, because and I can guarantee that you'd get it in for 80 quid, especially now, is I would probably go for the stacked Keen.
Are they still being made though?
No, they're not being made, but I think you can still get hold of them. That's why I'm just checking, because I don't want to cheat.
Yeah, there's probably still some shops that got like Vaping 101, ECig 1, something like that. Maybe Washington Vapes. Mike Haynes, how you, Mike?
Or a Stack Dreamer.
You'd
Get
probably,
yeah. The thing is, I know Stan quite well. I could probably get in touch with Stan and get a Stack Dreamer for 80 quid with an Arden.
Because Sean knows people.
It would have to be something. It would have to be something mech related, I think.
But that's what I would go for. The Eclipse, the original.
If I had to be dual battery.
The original Eclipse and a Vaporesso Gen S. You could pick them up. You could pick the both of them up in a bargain bin because they've been out for a long fucking time now. Gen S is a phenomenal little mod. Not quite as good as the original Gen, because they went down the road of an aluminium body for the Gen S. And the Eclipse, tiny little tank, phenomenal flavour. That's what you want from a tank. Good question. I love the budget questions. Where are we going now? We are going to... Johnny, I Overvold. I've probably butchered your last name, Johnny. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I think it's Yanni Overvold.
Yanni Overvold. There we go. I did butcher your name.
I think so.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, age unknown, somewhere between 300 to 400 years old. To all casters, in the years you've done shows...
Think of the money they've spent on Christmas. Sorry.
Yeah. All casters, in the years you've done shows, which is a long time for me, made reviews and advocated for a healthier lifestyle to smoking, have there been times where you'd felt like that question in the back of your mind, am I doing the right thing, or does this really give others any benefit? Asking because back in my inception there was no vapes. There was only steam kettles. A company now under the banner of Steam Crew, I am sure. Either way, happy to see you all back in action. I think what he's asking is...
Has there ever been a point where you wanted to throw in the towel?
Yeah, a couple of times for me. Mostly during the health problems, to be honest. Mostly during the health problems.
See, this is a different one for me, because obviously I don't review. I don't I don't get stuff sent to me for review and things like that. I would probably go for yes once, but obviously the show that we do on the Vape Misfits is more mental health based. It's we promote people being able to speak about the problems without being judged, things like that. There's been one time where I've been close to throwing the towel in. It was a while back, and not wanting to do it anymore. But I think with regards to what we do, I think it's something that, should be done more often. A safe space for people to talk, people to chat. I don't think I've ever felt since that time. Some people know when it was that I've wanted to throw the towel in. No, I don't think I ever have. Like I say, we advocate vaping as an alternative to smoking, which we do. But we more revolve around mental health. So it's a totally different question for me. No, I haven't. Once, and that's it.
Yeah, for me it was twice, because I think it was in 20. Wasn't 21? It must have been 2020. 2020, I took a month, but it was another month and a half off. I took when the stomach problems were starting to flare up, and I went, you know what? If this keeps up like this, I can't keep doing this anymore. And it just happened that the doctors found the right mix of drugs to keep the stomach from basically eating itself. And now with the 3.5 weeks I've taken off this time around, it was in the second week when I was rolling in bed in fucking pain for most of that second week. I thought to myself, well, this is it, Vic, you're going to have to fucking hang the camera up and basically quit. And luckily enough, again, they found they found two particular drugs. It's the metformin. That's what was causing the problems, and I can't stop taking the metformin because I'm fucking diabetic. And the other anti-diabetic pills, they just didn't work. So I was stuck in the metformin, and the metformin was not acting all that good with the prazols, because I was originally on omeprazole. Now I've been switched to esomeprazole.
I think sometimes that happens, doesn't it? You end up a guinea pig for a little while when there's something up.
I was a guinea pig for a good couple of fucking weeks, but yeah, for a while, about a week and a half ago, I was thinking to myself, well, Vic, I'm recotting because I fucking dry burnt this by mistake. But about 2 weeks ago, I was thinking, well, Vic, that's it, time's up, you need to shut the channel down. And luckily enough, the doctor stepped in just in fucking time. Just in time. Right, let's get you. Yes, it's a new coil.
Oh, Vic's going to blow himself up on a regulator.
I'm just doing this. Line that up. There we go. That was a very good question, Mr. Ben. No, not Mr. Ben, Mr. Yanni. Couple of questions to go. We should have enough time.
I think it's one of them things, innit? That just quick addition to that. I know you're trying to get through the questions and that. I think it's one of them things, innit? If you're enjoying what you're doing, it makes it easier to do it.
It does.
If you're enjoying it. If it gets to the point where it's becoming a chore and it's a fucking nightmare and, you're getting out of grief and shit like that, then it becomes quite hard to do. So, yeah, like I say, it's one of them things. I don't think the Misfits is going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, unless my health takes a nosedive and stays at the nosedive level, I'm just going to keep struggling on for as much as I fucking can. I mean, I am in not a lot of pain, but I'm in pain every day, especially. I mean, just fucking sitting down at the studio recording stuff. Some people notice it, and some of the reviews that I've been doing over the past 3 or 4 months. It's like, Vic, you don't look right. What's wrong with you? You're looking a bit ill. And
you're getting shorter as well.
I'm getting shorter?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah. Before, your head was like 2 inches, like now I'm touching the top of the camera, and now it's not. I don't know what's happening, Vic.
It's the camera angle. It's got to be. Yeah, because the unicorn's not showing up all that. I must have moved the camera down.
I don't know what the fuck's going on there, man. You're shrinking.
I'm shrinking. Yeah, it's old age. It's definitely old age. Couple of questions to go. Darren Stone question to all. When the disposable bubble bursts, and hopefully it's fucking soon. Been saying that for a year now, though. When the disposable bubble bursts and there's growing signs that it will, there is, Darren. There definitely is. How many companies will we lose? I can tell you this now, at the beginning of, not this month, the beginning of last month, so we're at the beginning of September now, but at the beginning of August, 3 disposable companies went belly up, in very quick succession, and they were all based over in China. When the disposable bubble bursts, there are literally dozens of disposable companies out there. They will not switch to pods because all they're interested in is the fast money from podcasts. Fast money from disposables, sorry. You're going to be seeing a lot of companies just go, see ya, gone. And it'll happen. It won't be this year, but I think it's going to be next year. I think it's going to be
On the
next
flip
year.
side of that, I think there's a lot of companies waiting for the bubble to burst.
Yeah. That is.
I really do. I think there's a lot of companies waiting for that bubble to burst to start firing out new shit. I think there's probably a lot of companies out there that people haven't heard from for a while, or have kind of jumped on the disposable bandwagon. I know there's quite a few of the big companies that we used to know, jumped on the disposable bandwagon, started firing disposables out. I think there's a lot of them that will probably have stuff sat in their design rooms, ready to go. Put money on it.
You know for a fact Vapor Esso and Smock do. Fucking two of the
Gig
biggest
Vape
companies
as well.
out there.
I think Gig Vape might as well.
Vape as well, yeah. You know for a fact they're just waiting. They're just waiting for that disposable market to collapse in on itself so they can go back to the regular cycle of pods, AIOs and mods. Because the disposable market wrecked a lot of release schedules for the likes of Vapor Esso and Smock. Just wrecked it. Completely.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think if it was, I've always been one of these guys that has been totally against disposables. But the reason I'm against them ain't because it's kind of ruined the industry, which it has. It's been more the fact of how accessible they are.
Too
how
accessible.
The lack of regulation on them is absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. But I think that might have been the disposable bubbles downfall.
Yeah.
How fast they fired them out and how non-regulated they are. I think that might be the downfall of them. But who knows?
Because it was a complete and utter. The disposable market was a complete and utter fucking free for all. That's what it was. Fucking so many, and like. I get a lot of emails, right? It was mostly newsletters to do with the industry and stuff, but the review request emails I've been getting, at least for the past 3 or 4 months, there's like something like 15 to 20 emails a week that I get from people requesting reviews. Out of that 15 to 20, 90% of it is can you review our latest disposable? It's the best disposable on the market. It's been TPD approved at 7,000 puffs. Number one, if it's
dry hits.
Yeah. Number one, if it's 7,000 puffs, it's going to have to be more than 2 mil sitting inside that cartridge, which makes it non-TPD compliant. And then they just suddenly send another email back saying, "Oh, but it is TPD compliant. We're allowed to put 5 mil in our pods. The UK government said so." Can you give me the letter where they said you can? It's like what the fuck is this shit? They're lying to you now to get a review from you.
I mean, I think the telltale sign will be if it's starting to turn is going to be an expo. I know everyone kind of hammered expo for it being disposable heavy, which it was, and it was crazy disposable heavy. But you've got to remember there hadn't been an expo for 2 years. There hadn't been an expo. A lot can happen in 2 years. The industry's going to change, right? But and a lot of people forgot that an expo is, it's how the industry is. That's what you go to an expo for. It's not just to get cheap deals or shit like that. It's to see where the industry's sat at. To see the new stuff that's coming out. If they're only bringing out disposables because that's what's selling, that's what they're going to do. That's what these companies are going to do. At the end of the day, and I think if it's going to turn around, you'll see it in an expo.
And that's why, even though I'm probably not going to be going, I am going. There's going to be some reviewers going there, but possibly Aiden maybe. I'm going to be very interested to see their coverage of the October Expo if the disposable market.
I'll definitely be there in May.
Oh yeah, I'll next year I'll be in May. I'll manage to save up some money, but the October one is going to be interesting because if the October one if you start seeing a shift away from the disposable market in October, that's looking good for the release cycle for winter of 2022 going into January and February of 2023. If it looks as if the disposable cycle's going down and the other big companies like Aspire, like Geek Vape, like Vaporesso, like Smock start doing things like this again, that's a good sign for next year.
Even if they just start to put a single mod out.
Yeah, just one.
You know?
Just one.
Because they didn't at Expo in May. There was nothing like that. You know, you went there and it was a case of every single company was saying, look at our new disposable.
Yep.
Look at this disposable that we've brought out. Pretty much every single company was like that. Obviously, apart from the likes of Suicide Mods.
Yep.
Vapors Cloud.
Steam Crave.
You know, yeah, Steam Crave. Obviously, apart from them kind of companies, but the big ones with the big stalls all had disposables for sale. Every single one of them.
Even
and there was
Geek Vape.
nothing new to
Even
look at.
Geek
There
Vape.
was nothing where you could walk over and say, oh, I fancy one of them.
So this is...
Like you used to.
Yeah, this is where October matters, the October Expo, because if people are going to walk into the October Expo in a month's time and it's a repeat of what happened in May, that's the rest of this year fucked. It's just fucked. But if there's a 50-50 split, if it's 50% disposables and the other 50% some decent hardware, one or two mods, maybe bigger AIOs with 18650s, then the rest of this year is going to be very interesting. It is. Very interesting. So, one last question. Sean Garb, vaping, and on the question of cycles, vaping...
That's the other Sean.
Yeah, that's the other Sean. There we go. Is he still in chat? I think he is.
I don't know. No,
Vaping trends cycle in waves. Single coil RTAs, they were a big thing last year. They're not so much now. Squonkers, they are still a big thing. Latest trend seems to be AIOs. Yeah, I'd go with that. I'd go with that if it's not disposable. What do you think the next big trend is? That's a tricky one.
I don't think it's going to be a new trend. I think we're going to go back to the stuff that we've seen before. You know, once like the last question was about, once that disposable buzzable bursts, which I think it is coming. It's just how long it's going to take. I don't know, because everyone is still on disposables. You see them everywhere.
They're everywhere.
I think we'll be looking at, like, I don't know, you know, like your kind of regulated
dual battery or
mods.
single battery regulated. Yep.
Yeah, because there's still there is quite a few single battery mods coming out because people are liking small shit. But I think that'll be I would imagine that would be the next way it goes. But again, you don't know. Or AIOs. But then again, AIO was the last one on the thing.
Yeah, the AIO cycle's still kind of going. I'm thinking we're probably not going to see it this year because the release cycles for the seasons, they're planned out months in advance. This cycle and the cycle before it was wrecked by the disposable market. But if you look at what Vaporesso's been releasing, apart from that fucking stupid O Small 2, they were basically overhauling the entire PT line, their mouth to lung starter kit line, and that's something that no company's done for a very long fucking time. And if Vaporesso's seeing a market gap in there, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this year, December, going into January and February of 2023, you might start seeing decent 510 tank threaded single 18650 mouth to lung kits being released, because Vaporesso's already stepping into that market. It's only a matter of time before Smock decide to follow them, and if Smock and Vaporesso are at it, you can be fucking guaranteed that Aspire will be there with them. But that's not going to be for a good couple of months yet. Good couple of months.
Yeah. I mean, hobbyist wise, I mean, obviously the kind of, what would you call it, the normal vapor, not the hobbyist.
The advanced vapor that uses smoke and stuff like that.
The hobbyist, we're kind of in the kind of borrow thing at the moment, Army, where you know all the borrows are massive. You know, they're getting big shouts. Obviously, in the actual high street vapor, who just goes to a vape shop just to get a quick vape, you're in the disposable bubble.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's just the way it is. But that will change. It has. I mean, how many times has that bubble changed in the time that you've been doing this, Vic?
Well, it's like the pod bubble. I remember when Generation 1, when the Joule first came out, and then the original Caliburn came out, and then it was pod, and everyone thought, oh, the market's fucked, and then that bubble popped, and then Vaporesso and Smock turned around and went, here, dual battery box mods. The second generation of pods came up, then the first generation of AIOs. That ran for about a good 7 or 8 months. Bubble popped, back to single battery mods. Then Mike Vape stepped in with the Eclipse, and then the whole run of little tiny single coil RTAs came out. It's a cycle. It always goes in a cycle. But the worry is, this disposable cycle has been going on for a long fucking time. A long fucking time.
I mean, the thing is, you say a long time, but has it really? When you think we've been in 2 years of COVID, you know, that was always gonna be a big factor on the disposable side of things.
Yeah, it was. COVID did fuck up a lot of things.
Yeah,
royally fucked up a lot of things. But that is the caster's questions, and that was a lot of fucking good questions. I like the budget questions. It gets the brain ticking away. The budget questions.
See, I don't like them. I don't like the budget questions. I can't get away with the budget questions because I like high end stuff, like mechs and shit like that. That's why I had to go for like old stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I had to go for old stuff as well. There's no, I mean, you could cheat and just say a smock kit, but the current smock kits, there's not that many out there because they went down that path of AIOs and pods again. So
disposables.
Yeah, and disposables, but they went down that path. There hasn't been a lot of decent dual battery smock kits released this year. Really hasn't. Yeah. So the giveaways. The giveaways will be restarted next week. I got another little sponsorship box from the folks over at Geek Vape, and they actually threw in a couple of those, that new touch panel dual battery mod that they released. They threw in a couple of those, and I'm like, oh, it makes a fucking change, because they usually chuck in AIOs and pods. So yeah, the giveaways will be restarting next week. I think I'll do a special one next week. One of the Mike Vape rebuildables, the touchscreen dual battery mod from Geek Vape, and of course a set of Chico's coils, because it is a rebuildable that I'm going to be chucking in there for the giveaway next week. There we go.
And obviously Vic's job. Obviously Vic has been on the sick, so you know we've had trouble. I have been badgering him to go out, you know, and do something. Nah. He wasn't having it.
I waved my doctor's line and went, no, I'm taking a sickie.
Yeah, he threw a sick note at me. What's all that about? Threw a sick note at me. Fucking dickhead.
Sickie, I'm on the sick.
Yeah, he's on the sick. So next week, Vic's job will be back. He is out next week, but he's being very, he's keeping it close to his chest what he's actually doing. But we'll be back next week with Vic's job. And I'm sure you'll like it.
They're always funny. They're always funny, those job ones. They're always funny. Anyway, let's wrap this up, shall we? Hopefully, well, Aiden is going to be back because he can't be in Harry Potter world for an entire fucking week and a half. I don't know about Adam.
I don't know, mate. Once you run through that wall,
actually, yeah.
It's a struggle getting back. You know, you've got to find a fireplace.
He could be trapped there. Adam, I don't know, because I think he just got the COVID. So hopefully Adam's feeling a bit better for next week. But that is it for episode 321 with no Dusty Bin. Anyone remember that show? No? No, I'm old.
No.
I'm old.
No, mate.
It was 321. Somebody must remember 321 with Dusty Bin. Or am I just too I'm just too old. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I just didn't watch it. Don't know.
But that was episode 321. Sean, give us your goodbyes.
Yeah, again, thanks very much for the spanners being in and keeping us safe. You know, the Misfits is on a break at the moment. We are having a rest. It's been a long slog, the charity events. We will be back at some point, just not sure when yet. It'll be probably over the next couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. We will be back. Obviously, we are still available on Facebook and Discord. If you want to join the Discord, jump on the Facebook, and you will find the link for the Discord there. Get over there, say hello, and if you want to, go sub to the channel, because we will be back at some point. But but big love, people, and always remember, fuck shit and monkey tits. Bye.
Exactly. And yeah, just before I do the sign off, some people do remember Dusty Bin, Ted Rogers. So I'm not the only old fart. I was basically forced to watch it because my mother was a big fan of watching fucking game shows back then. Anyway, that is it for episode 321. Hopefully the full crew will be back to, not tomorrow, next week, which will be Thursday the 8th. Is it me, or is this year just going...
I don't know, you were on about doing a show tomorrow there.
I know,
Jesus Christ.
I need
You're
more
going
tea.
balls to the wall since you've come back, aren't you? Jesus Christ.
I need more tea. We'll be back in September the 8th for the next Thursday show. That is it from me and from Sean. We will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.